What about the game last week?
Morgan State was a big win for us. Going on the road up there playing those guys at homecoming. They got to share the title last year. They was off to a 3-0 start. Coach Ho's doing a good job. Got those guys playing hard and fast, and we knew it was going to be a great challenge to go up there and get the victory. But that was the task at hand, and we was able to go up and get it done. Defense played great. Didn't give up a touchdown. We gave up a touchdown in special teams, and offensively we moved the ball and kind of sputtered a bit and had some timely penalties and bad throws. So we kind of struggled a little bit, but we got the W, and that was the main thing.
All right, Coach, this week, Wayne Mary, big game, another big game. Played them last year for the first time, Hampton's on 5 against Wayne Mary. Talk a little bit about what you've seen on Wayne Mary on film and overall thoughts about that game.
Wayne Mary is a good program, playoff team every year. You know, they're going to win right around 7, 8, 9 games every year and get in the playoffs. And they're well coached, disciplined, and don't make a lot of mistakes, won't beat themselves. And they play hard. And so we got to do the same thing. You know, we got to play disciplined and play all 3 phases, play for 60 minutes, and then play hard. They're well coached, and it's at their place, and it's another homecoming game. So this is our 3rd homecoming in a row. And we won 2 of them so far, so we're trying to make it 3 in a row.
Your defense has been really, really good in the last 3 games. They were good against A&T, right? Just all the punt returns and whatnot. And what's been the difference in the way they've been playing the last 2 games?
They just bought in. You know, it's a process. The more games you play under the system, you just get better and better, get in a little bit better shape. And once you start to understand the system and learn where you're supposed to be, you can play fast. And I think early we wasn't quite sure and didn't play as fast as we could. And now that the guys really understand the defense, this time of the year you got the defense in, you got the system in. You're not going to change what you do. Everybody know what they're doing, and they can play faster. And just recognizing formations and what people like to do out of those formations. And like I said, it's a process of those freshmen, or you know, it's game 7 now. They're not freshmen anymore, and the sophomores not sophomores anymore. So everybody just has a little bit better understanding of the defensive system of what we're trying to do, and they're playing faster and tackling better.
Speaking of tackling better, Darian Williams had a big game this week. Can you talk about his contribution?
Oh yeah, he played huge. You know, they love to run the zone read outside, and they read the end, and if the end fly up the field, the quarterback will pull it and they run power. If the end's kind of slow plays, they'll hand it off, and Williams shut that play down all by itself. That's a big part of their offense, and you know, he had 5 tackles for losses in the backfield, and I think all 5 of them was on that one play that they kept trying to run. And so that was huge for us on the defensive side of the ball, for him to step it up. And like I said, understanding the concept of the defense, what we're trying to do and what they're trying to do on that play, he knew exactly what he needed to do, and he was right there doing his job, which was taking the running back and then let somebody else have the quarterback. And that's what happens when you do what you're supposed to do. Just do your job, do what your coach to do. The plays will come to you.
Mary's got 2 very good backs who have been playing this year. What do you see in Anderson and Bill Spoor? Are they similar backs, you feel?
I think so. I think that you know, the key for them is their offensive line and giving those guys running room. Both of those guys can run, but the key for them is their offensive line blocking and giving those guys ample space to get going. And once you do that, you got problems. So we got to do it up front, get some penetration, and get off blocks, and don't let those guys get started. Get them before they get down the field, 4 or 5 yards down the field. Get them in the backfield, get them 1 yard down the field before they can get going.
Does that look like the best line you've faced to this point?
It's pretty good. It's I don't know. We will have to wait and see. On film, it does look pretty good. It looks about the same as Richmond line to me. So we have to wait and see Saturday. But on film, it looks about the same as Richmond line. And we did a fairly good job against Richmond. So we expect to play fairly good against those guys.
You were talking about the defense a little bit earlier. Can you talk specifically about the red zone defense, and looks like the percentage number is about 55% teams scoring on Hampton when they get into the red zone. I think the national average is somewhere around upper 70s, about 80. Why is the team doing so well in the red zone?
Well, we're bending but not breaking. You know, besides A&T got some touchdowns when they had short fields and got in the red zone. But besides A&T, when people get in the red zone against us, we're doing a good job of keeping them out, holding them to field goal attempts, and they're missing them. I think Morgan missed 2, A&T missed 1 or 2. So, you know, when you get down there in the red zone and force them to kick a field goal, that's not automatic. And kickers have been missing here lately. So it's okay, bend, but don't break, and, you know, force those guys to 3 points or a 3-point opportunity. And that's what the defense has been doing and doing a great job of. And then the teams have been missing the field goals. And so, therefore, our red zone percentage is shooting up.
Could you talk about Grooms this season? Because that's, what, 6 sacks in 7 games?
Yes, he's playing great. He's dominating. You know, we played 11 games. He had 10, 11 sacks. You know, he'll probably be All-American. And, you know, what I tell them defense linemen all the time, if you want to be great at this game, all you got to do is get 1 sack a game. You know, 1 sack a game. They hard to come by, but if you just go hard and have a nonstop motor and do what you're supposed to do, you can get 1 sack a game. You get 1 sack a game, you're a millionaire in the NFL. You know, you're all pro. You know, you about to break the sack record. You know, just 1 sack a game. 16 sacks is almost unheard of. You know, so you know, he's stepped it up. He's had a great off season and a great senior campaign so far, and we're looking for him to continue doing what he's been doing all season.
I remember his story correctly. He didn't even play football until his junior year of high school and until his senior year.
Yeah, right. And you know, sometimes that helps you. You know, your body isn't as beat up. You know, it hasn't taken the pounding that the kids that start when they're so little. And you know, I didn't start till I was in 8th grade, 9th grade. My first year playing football. So I probably was a little smaller than Grooms. He was probably a little bigger than me, but I was so skinny. My mother was scared I was going to get hurt, so she didn't let me play until 8th grade. So it's worked out for him. He's a hard worker, and he's a student of the game. We watch his film, and he just continued to get better and better and better every year.
Obviously, this isn't a MEAC game, but CAA is obviously a very reputable conference and one of the better ones, as most people would say. Beating a team from a league like that, how big a boost would that be for you guys?
That's huge. That's huge for us because with us wanting to win out and try to get that large bid, it's huge for us to beat a William & Mary and a Richmond. You know, we played Richmond very tough here, and that game could have went either way. And if we can get a win against William & Mary, that's 2 teams out of the CAA that normally and regularly playoff teams. So that lets everybody else know that we could play with the teams in the playoffs because they play with the teams in the playoffs. So it's a huge game for us in this program and where we're trying to get it to.
I would imagine that since you did play with Richmond, and for that matter, were ahead of the 12 in the 4th quarter, the kids will have confidence against William & Mary.
Right. Oh, we know we can play with William & Mary. There's no doubt about that. And that's not a question at all. Can we play with these guys? We know we can play with them. It's going to be a 4th quarter game, and the game will be won in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a tough fight for 60 minutes. We know that. I'm pretty sure they know that. And we just got to be prepared to battle for 60 minutes and see if we can't make the least amount of mistakes and the most plays. But that's all, folks.